Good afternoon, collectors, and welcome to Trading Card Therapy, episode number 33. Big fan of Larry Legend, Larry Bird, growing up. And in fact, we have a little bit of an inside scoop. If you're a fan of the basketball show, the series Winning Time on HBO Max, season 2 is going to include a lot more about Larry Legend and his matchups against Magic all throughout their career in the NBA. So I'm looking forward to that. Once again, season 2 of Winning Time. Make sure you check it out. So today, we're going to cover a couple different things here on Trading Card Therapy. One of them is a deal that I met with a gentleman last week in our office. We'll talk about that. Second one is 1933 Goudey set break. We have the highlights to show off. That'll be going live this afternoon on our breaking website at vintagebreaks.com. If we have some time, we'll cover a few other things as well. Really appreciate each and every one of you joining us today. If you haven't already, please hit the like button, or if you're on Instagram, make sure you subscribe and follow our Trading Card Therapy page. You can find us every Thursday at 1:30 p.m. Eastern Time. So first, we're going to start with a collection I saw, I believe it was last Thursday or so, and a gentleman drove I believe from the tri-state area, had several thousand cards from his childhood, believe it or not, which is, that's a lot for the 1960s. And amongst those cards, I don't want to misquote the count, but I believe there is 6 Pete Rose rookies, 8 Willie Stargell rookies, a whole slew of Mickey Mantles from the 60s, and then a few outliers. And one of the outliers is, for example, a 1949 Bowman Satchel Paige. So this gentleman is, in every sense of the word, a collector. He never really upgraded. He said he remembers, just based on the condition of the cards, looking at them, which cards were in his bike spokes, which ones weren't. And so as you can imagine, we had a great time looking at the collection. We made what we thought was a very solid offer. And at the end, his name is Fred. Fred was hoping for, a bit more. And so I joke with Fred that, Fred, it's usually the case, meaning there's very few people when I make an offer, they're like, wow, you're paying me too much. You should keep some. And, don't worry about that because this is all I really want. And so, of course, the joking aside, he saw what I was trying to do. I said, listen, if you have some information as to how you got to your number, please let me know. So he said, it's just something that I can live with, and said, totally understand, but if you don't have any facts or figures supporting kind of like what you're looking for, or to, if you will, prove to me it's worth more, whatever the case is, I'm kind of going to stand pat at my number. And so probably like many of us, whether it be we currently have a significant other or we've had a significant other in our past, they always have something to say about, the finances, if you will. So he said to me, he's discussed this with the wife, and he wants to sell it, but he did discuss a certain number with her. And I said, well, no pressure from me. You could let me know, basically. And he said, how long do I have? And I told him that he could take up to 2 weeks to basically ask anyone else he wants, whether it be in his town, go to a national show, put it on the internet, whatever he wants to do. We're totally comfortable with. And once again, to be clear, we wanted to buy his collection, but this is the first tip that I wanted to kind of pass along today to the community. And even if you're someone who's going to card shows and you're trying to figure out where you're going to spend your hard-earned money, you got to understand, I love cards, and I certainly wanted to buy the collection. But at some point, you have to understand when cards are just what they are, and there's nothing special about them. And in fact, if the condition is really low-grade condition, you have to just put your offer out there, and if it comes in, great. And if it doesn't, you got to be willing to move on. And so this collection in particular, we will do a blog on it if we buy it. We will do a video and all that good stuff. But, it's not like buying rare baseball postcards like the PC 796 collection. It's not like, buying 800 plus Goudeys in the middle of the desert in Arizona. Meaning these are epic finds in the hobby. They mean something well beyond just the dollars and cents of the cards. And as much as we want to buy this gentleman's collection, Pete Rose rookies are fairly common. Willie Stargell rookies are fairly common. The volume of them is not common, meaning seeing thousands of cards from the 60s at once is not so common. But nonetheless, That was my first lesson, is you kind of stand pat and then you cross your fingers and you hope. And so really interesting, of course, while Fred was here, asked us if we could pay more and this and that, and, explain to him how we work. And, we really try to shoot for the bullseye when we're making offers on collections. So Fred actually wrote me 2 days ago and said, after further discussions with his wife and quote unquote others, so I don't know who the others are, maybe I'll ask him, maybe I won't, he's willing to accept our offer. And so the second thing that I wanted to point out is, and I wish I had the cards today, Fred's coming in tomorrow, so we'll show them off next week on Trading Card Therapy, episode number 34. Once again, a nice volume of Pete Rose rookies, Willie Stargell rookies, slew of Mickey Mantles from the 60s, whole bunch more. Probably even do a giveaway on the channel, so make sure you tune in. But the point being is that as much as we wanted to buy the collection, I was explaining to the gentleman while he was here just the amount of labor to organize, sort, etc. I don't know the exact number, but it's kind of like the amount we're off is like, that's what it's going to cost me to sort this stuff. And, I'm not retired, and the folks that work for us don't work for free. And so one of the other things I want to caution folks out there, whether it be you're buying vintage, modern, wax, memorabilia, it really doesn't matter. To be fair, comics, really do yourself a favor and make sure you consider the labor that is involved for you to process the collection. By process, I mean sort, organize, bring to market what you're buying. Because even if you think you can do it all yourself, sure, you might be able to, but maybe you can't bring it for sale, up for sale, put it out for sale, consign it to Probe or a different auction house for weeks, if not longer, because you're going to save the money and you're going to do it yourself. Well, are you really saving the money if you can, in fact, be doing something else with your time that's advantageous business-wise, or to be fair, just staring at the wall or playing tennis or anything along those lines? So just keep that in mind when you're looking at collections. Just because you can make money and make a profit, of course, that's alluring to people as they're looking at deals and collections. But there's no doubt in my mind that if you do not consider the labor and the work involved, you could be upside down really quickly. And if you don't do this full time, what's really even worse for someone who's doing this part-time, you could just clog up your ability to be really buying, selling, and trading because you're lacking that time. You don't have a staff to help you. So just make sure you caution yourself when you're buying a collection with a volume of items. Doesn't matter, vintage, modern, memorabilia, or wax, or other. Just something to keep in mind. And so, when we were sharing this with Fred, we explained it to him. We actually had 2 other people help me just with the counts and the sorting, just to make him his offer expeditiously. So, hey, I'm not sure that's Harry, but if it is, hope all is well today. Good afternoon, because I don't see your name on the chat when it comes through on Facebook. Anyway, just a couple tips on buying the collection that looks like we're going to be buying tomorrow. And the last thing, I think I've already touched upon that. It's okay to stand pat, to make an offer. And if you've really given it, the old college try and left it all out in the field, pun intended, of course, then just sit back, wait. And if it's supposed to be, then you'll get the collection. And if not, think about all the time you've saved from having to store thousands of low grade, off grade 60s cards. What's up, Tom? So that's kind of my, my first thing I wanted to cover today. The second thing is, after some time of organizing, obviously it was fun to do, the Arizona Gaudi collection, which of course you can read about, watch the full video on our website at blog.justcollect.com. Special shout out to David, who's our new video guru here at Just Collect and Vintage Breaks. Some of the cool new collection videos you're seeing on our Just Collect YouTube account are from David. David is actually coming in tomorrow. This is cool. We're starting to do more of this as far as content goes. We're going to be filming, even though we've negotiated, we'll be filming the wrap-up of Fred coming down with his thousands of cards. And that'll, of course, be part of the new collection video that will be coming soon to our blog and our YouTube channel. So without further ado, we wanted to talk about the Gaudi set break, specifically 1933 Gaudi set break. No, it does not include the Nap Lajoie. However, it does include every other of the 239 regular issued cards. It is only the second time in Vintage Breaks history we've had a 1933 Gaudi set break. This is all from the Arizona Gaudi find. Once again, check that out on our blog. So we have 46 graded cards as part of the set break. The set break will go live this afternoon at vintagebreaks.com. We're going to show you now the first reveal of every card that's graded. And for those of you who want to get a snack, we're going to show the Roos and the Gehrigs at the end. So get ready. Here you go. I will show our YouTube friends as well as Instagram. Oh, pardon me, got to change it. The camera. Here we go. Nice low number Bill Terry, SGC4 to kick us off. Paul Wainer, Hall of Famer, Pirate. Nice low number, good, solid red color. Jimmy Fox, low grade, but not bad for a 1. Al Simmons. Once again, each and every one of these cards will be in our newly listed set break coming to you live this afternoon on our website at vintagebreaks.com. Eddie Collins, Hall of Famer. Jim Bottomley looking solid there. Frankie Frisch. Used to be friends with a friend of mine named Ben Cavallo. May he rest in peace. Sets like mainly ranging from good VG to VGXX. Couple better, couple lesser. As you can see, grades are in that range of many of the cards I'm showing you so far. Couple announcements as we're going through these cards. Yours truly will be going out to the Mint Collective again in Vegas. So shout out to the Collectible and Mint. I'll be part of, I believe, a panel or two speaking, and a really fun opportunity offering free appraisals in conjunction with Collectible out of their booth. So stay tuned for more details. It's going to be awesome. What up, Nick? Looking forward to having you visit the office again. Candidly, I'm hoping you bring more cookies as well. Hey, what's going on, Mike? How are you? Red Faber, former Black Sox. One of my favorites in the set coming up. Gorgeous. It actually looks like a solid XX plus. Might even be undergraded. Dead nut centered. One of the best hitters of all time. Tris Speaker. How you doing? This is what separates Vintage Breaks from the rest. A lot of great breakers out there. You're not finding a 1933 Goudey set break with any other breaker. Special shout out to my friend Jason and his family, who I had the good fortune to spend some time with earlier this week. Appreciate the hospitality. Saw some amazing cards. We'll talk about it next week on Leighton's Loft. The Rabbit, Walter Moranville, Hall of Famer. If you're interested in checking out the Vintage Break stream, we will be live today from 2 o'clock till 1 in the morning. We will start off with Vintage Breaks South and Chris Gilmore, then move over to Vintage Breaks North. Couple other news and notes here as we're firing through the Goudey set. We have a very exciting event ending this Saturday, our after party bonus promo. We're giving away a Roberto Clemente rookie, thousands of dollars in other prizes. The last day of our events here at Vintage Breaks. If you haven't been part of it, it is must-see breaking TV. Make sure you tune in. I'll be here as well. Mo Berg, the Spy. Very few cards Mo Berg has. Excuse me. Once again, if you're tuning in late, you're still within plenty of time to see all 4 Ruths and both Gehrigs be shown off here. All will be part of the set break and up for grabs. If you're listening to our show on wherever you stream podcasts, like Spotify or Apple, I realize the video will be tough, but if you want to check out the video, go to our Just Collect YouTube page. You'll be able to see the reveal of all 46 of these Goudeys in all of their glory. Mel Ott, Hack Wilson, Lefty Gomez, one of my favorite cards in the set. He only has one card. Gorgeous Dizzy Dean SGC4. Archie Vaughn, Hall of Famer. Carl Hubble, Hall of Fame pitcher. All right. The moment everyone's been waiting for here. We're going to do both Gehrigs first. Very nice. SGC2 of number 92, the Iron Horse. Number 160, look at that. Dead Nut Center, great eye appeal. SGC4, fresh from the Arizona find. It's the nicest Gehrig from the find. Believe me, I wanted to keep it. But I know it's going to go to a good home. All right. Here are all 4 Ruth cards. We will do it from lowest condition to best condition. Number 181, SGC1. It's a 1, but still presentable. Next up, number 149, the red background. Same pose as the yellow, almost just as tough. Fantastic eye appeal for a 1. Next up, most everyone's favorite Ruth in the set, the pose of him standing with his bat. Number 144, graded a solid SGC 2.5. And lastly, probably the biggest hit in the set break, the yellow low number Ruth, solid SGC 3. Great eye appeal for a 3. Really just honest corner wear is the reason behind the grade. This is worth about $15,000 or so in that condition. Maybe a little bit more. That's a beauty. So like I said, all of those will be available in the set break. Now, we also have some other special events coming up here at Vintage Breaks. On Monday evening, it's at 7 o'clock Eastern, J5. 6 o'clock Eastern time. We're going to be opening, I don't believe this has ever been done publicly. We are opening a 1972 Topps basketball wax box. The entire thing. We're looking for another Dr. Dr. J, that is. Rookies of his, and of course, Mint and Gem Mint go for, big money. It's going to be fantastic, must-see breaking TV, really almost all weekend, as well as Monday night. Make sure you tune in. If not, of course, you can check it out on our YouTube channel after we upload the break at youtube.com/vintagebreaks. So it's been a heck of an episode. I wanted to remind everyone once again, we have a fantastic after-party bonus promo ending this Saturday. It ends at 10 o'clock Eastern time. Roberto Clemente rookie, amongst other amazing prizes, are going to, be given away. Last thing I wanted to close with was just to make sure wherever you are that you're grateful for today, that do something for your family or for yourself just to make sure you appreciate being where you are, even if you're at work, without getting into, of course, the detail. I've been reading about it daily. My son's very well aware of it. They talk about it in the school. Horrific earthquake and aftershock earthquakes happening in Turkey and Syria. And I mean, really, you're not just talking about loss of life, but loss of community and just absolute sheer devastation. My heart goes out to those folks, their families, their communities. And so I, have nothing else to say other than, if you are not aware of it, you're aware of it now. And if you are already aware of it, pinch yourself. Realize that even though we're talking about baseball cards here and some of them have, real value, and maybe you sold something too soon or you bought something for too much, in the context of what we're talking about today, and from the perspective of at least this gentleman's seat sitting right here, I got to spend yesterday evening with my son. I have Crosby this weekend, and we're doing fun things like seeing family and going to Super Bowl party. And a lot of times we all take these things for granted because it's easy to, because you get up and you brush your teeth, you expect the toothbrush to be there, you expect your toothpaste to be there, expect the toilet to work. And, sometimes there's absolutely nothing wrong with stepping back and just appreciating the simple, finer things in life, even just brushing your teeth. So on that note, we're going to wrap up the 33rd episode of Trading Card Therapy. Really appreciate you joining in today. Hopefully you can join us next week and every Thursday thereafter at 1:30 p.m. Eastern Time. And we hope to see you over the next few days this Saturday for our after party bonus promo. Thanks, everybody.